More people have walked on the surface of the moon than have reached the deepest point on Earth. At the bottom of the ocean, the pressure is so extreme that steel can collapse without warning. There is no light, no warmth, and no easy way back. Yet scientists have gone there, descending deeper than any other place on the planet. What they found at the bottom of the Mariana Trench changed how we understand Earth, life, and the limits of survival. The Mariana Trench is located in the western Pacific Ocean, east of the Mariana Islands. It lies roughly between Japan to the north and Papua New Guinea to the south. In one of the most remote regions of the planet, the trench stretches for approximately 2,500 kilometers, forming a vast crescent-shaped scar in the ocean floor. Its width varies, but in some areas it spans more than 60 kilometers across. The deepest known point of the trench is called the Challenger Deep. This location reaches a depth of nearly 11,000 meters below sea level. To put this depth into perspective, if Mount Everest were placed inside the Mariana Trench, its peak would still be submerged by more than a kilometer of water. From the ocean surface, there are no visible signs of what lies beneath. The water appears calm and uniform, offering no hint of the massive geological structure hidden below. Because of its location far from major landmasses and shipping routes, the trench remained unexplored for centuries. For most of human history, its existence was unknown, and its depth unimaginable. The formation of the Mariana Trench began millions of years ago through a process known as subduction. The Earth's outer shell is divided into large tectonic plates that float on a semi-molten layer beneath them. These plates move slowly but constantly, reshaping the surface of the planet over geological time. At the location of the Mariana Trench, the Pacific Plate meets the smaller Mariana Plate. The Pacific Plate is denser, causing it to sink beneath the Mariana Plate as the two collide. As the Pacific Plate descends into the Earth's mantle, it pulls the ocean floor downward, creating a deep and narrow trench. This process did not occur suddenly. It unfolded over tens of millions of years, with constant pressure and movement gradually deepening the trench. The subduction zone is still active today. The Pacific Plate continues to sink at a rate of several centimeters per year. This ongoing movement contributes to frequent earthquakes and volcanic activity in the surrounding region. The trench itself is not a smooth or uniform structure. It contains steep slopes, ridges, faults, and fractures shaped by immense forces deep within the Earth. Volcanic arcs formed nearby as molten rock rises through cracks created by subduction. Together, these processes created the deepest known location on Earth. The conditions at the bottom of the Mariana Trench are among the most extreme environments ever studied. At the Challenger Deep, the pressure exceeds 1,100 times the atmospheric pressure at sea level. This pressure is equivalent to having the weight of 50 large commercial airplanes pressing down on a single human body. Under such conditions, air-filled spaces collapse instantly. Bones, organs, and tissues would be crushed in a fraction of a second. The temperature near the bottom remains just above freezing, typically ranging between 1 and 4 degrees Celsius. There is no sunlight at this depth. Complete darkness has existed here for millions of years. The absence of light eliminates photosynthesis, the process that supports most life on Earth. Water movement is minimal. There are no waves, no tides, and very little circulation. The environment is chemically distinct, with high concentrations of dissolved minerals and gases. Communication is nearly impossible using conventional methods. Radio waves cannot penetrate deep water, forcing explorers to rely on slow acoustic signals. Mechanical failure is a constant risk. Even the smallest crack or structural weakness can lead to catastrophic collapse. Despite these dangers, the trench is not lifeless. Reaching the bottom of the Mariana Trench is one of the most difficult challenges in exploration. The first successful descent occurred in January of 1960. Swiss oceanographer Jacques Piccard and U.S. Navy Lieutenant Don Walsh descended aboard the Bathyscaphe Trieste. The vessel was designed specifically to withstand extreme pressure, using a thick steel sphere to protect its occupants. The descent took nearly 5 hours. As the Trieste sank deeper, external pressure increased steadily, testing every component of the vessel. Upon reaching the bottom, the explorers observed a flat seabed covered in fine sediment. They remained at the bottom for approximately 20 minutes before beginning their ascent. For decades afterward, no humans returned to the Challenger Deep. The risks, cost, and technical challenges made further missions rare. Modern deep-sea submersibles use advanced materials such as titanium alloys and syntactic foam. These materials provide strength while remaining buoyant under extreme pressure. Only a handful of crewed missions have ever reached the bottom. Most exploration today is conducted using unmanned, remotely operated vehicles. These robotic systems can remain at depth for extended periods and collect data without risking human lives. Despite the hostile environment, scientists have discovered life thriving at the bottom of the Mariana Trench. Small crustaceans known as amphipods have been observed moving across the ocean floor. These creatures lack pigmentation and eyesight, having adapted to complete darkness. Microorganisms form the foundation of the trench's ecosystem. Instead of relying on sunlight, these microbes use chemical reactions to produce energy. This process, known as chemosynthesis, allows life to exist independently of the sun. Bacteria feed on compounds such as methane, hydrogen sulfide, and ammonia released from the seafloor. Larger organisms consume these bacteria, forming a food web entirely separate from surface ecosystems. Scientists have also discovered single-celled organisms capable of withstanding pressures, once thought incompatible with life. The structure of their cell membranes and proteins has adapted to prevent collapse under pressure. Perhaps most unexpectedly, scientists have found evidence of human pollution at the bottom of the trench. Plastic fibers, chemical residues, and synthetic compounds have been detected in sediment samples. These findings demonstrate that human activity affects even the most remote locations on Earth. High pressure alters the behavior of molecules and chemical reactions. Proteins that function normally at the surface would unfold and fail under deep-sea conditions. Deep-sea organisms have evolved unique biochemical adaptations. Their proteins remain stable, and their cell membranes maintain flexibility despite compression. Enzymes function optimally under conditions that would destroy surface-dwelling life. These adaptations provide insight into the limits of biological resilience. Designing equipment capable of reaching the Mariana Trench requires extreme precision. Pressure-resistant holes must be perfectly shaped to distribute force evenly. Even microscopic imperfections can lead to failure. Windows are small and made from thick transparent materials capable of resisting compression. Electronic systems must be isolated and reinforced to prevent short-circuiting. Power systems must operate reliably in cold, high-pressure environments. Each mission requires years of planning and testing. Costs often exceed tens of millions of dollars. The Mariana Trench serves as a natural laboratory for studying Earth's geology. Sediment samples reveal information about plate tectonics and Earth's interior. Biological discoveries challenge existing theories about the requirements for life. The trench also provides insight into the long-term impact of human pollution. Data collected from deep-sea environments informs climate models and ocean circulation studies. Understanding these systems helps scientists predict future changes to the planet. The discovery of life in the Mariana Trench has implications beyond Earth. Moons such as Europa and Enceladus are believed to contain subsurface oceans. These environments may resemble deep-sea conditions on Earth. If life can exist without sunlight in Earth's deepest oceans, similar life may exist elsewhere. Studies of the trench help guide future astrobiological exploration. Despite advances in technology, much of the trench remains unmapped. Only a small percentage of its surface has been visually surveyed. Extreme conditions limit the duration and frequency of missions. Funding for deep-sea exploration is limited compared to space exploration. Many questions remain unanswered. New species likely remain undiscovered. The Mariana Trench is not merely the deepest place on Earth. It represents the extreme boundaries of geology, biology, and human ingenuity. Hidden beneath kilometers of water, it continues to challenge assumptions about life and survival. Each expedition reveals how much remains unknown about our own planet. Even in total darkness and crushing pressure, life persists. And as long as questions remain, the depths of the Mariana Trench will continue to draw scientists downward.